page, and we're ready to go racing in this wonderful series, Iroc number 14. Now, you may remember last year, Terry Labonte wrapped up the championship in Iroc 13 in what was a terrific series. The objective? Take some of the greatest drivers in the world, put them in equally matched race cars, drivers from different disciplines, road racing, stock car racing, Indy car racing, match them up, put them on 3 different race courses, and at the end of the series, total up the points and determine the overall champion. So we're ready to go. 12 of the finest in motorsports, and they're identically prepared Dodge Daytonas. The front row, down on the inside, in the pink car is Bobby Rahal out of IndyCar racing. The outside is Mark Martin, the stock car driver in the yellow car. In the second row, Danny Sullivan, that lime green number 3 down on the inside. The dark blue car is Dorsey Schrader, the Trans Am champion. Back in the third row, Rusty Wallace, the rose-colored car down on the inside, and Emerson Fittipaldi, the reigning kart IndyCar world champion. In the fourth row, the black car is Jeff Brabham, the IMSA champion, and that bright blue car to the outside is Al Unser Jr. The silver car, moving up from the fifth row, is Dale Earnhardt. To the outside, the mustard-colored machine is rookie Martin Brundle. And in the sixth and final row, the red car is Darrell Waltrip on the inside, and the orange car is the defending Iroc champion Terry Labonte. As they come to the start, the pace begins to pick up now. Some strategy already being played at the back of the field. They come across the line. Mark Martin to the high side as he begins to pull ahead of Bobby Rahal.
Well, they're staying lined up just exactly the way they came across the start-finish line, Paul.
Rusty Wallace in the rose-colored car makes a move early as he dipped down across the track and swooped up to pick up his partner, Mark Martin.
Now, the first few laps, Paul, they're going to be feeling each other out. Remember, they've never run these new Dodge cars, these Daytonas, in traffic, with this much traffic. So they're going to be seeing, is passing really possible?
Earnhardt down on the inside, and the silver car begins to move. He's using a low line. A low groove is working for him as he comes up and drops into fourth place.
Earnhardt has never won an Iroc race, despite the fact that he's won almost everything else in stock car racing. So this means a lot to him.
Watch the other guys, Paul. They just immediately started breaking up. The minute they saw Dale Earnhardt do it, everybody went for just grooves every place to see if they'll cut the air by themselves.
Looking back from Mark Martin's car, that's Rusty Wallace's machine just behind. And of course, the trick here, Bobby Unser, is for you to partner up if you possibly can.
Yes,
now, already Wallace is partnered up with Martin. They're going to take advantage of the draft and try to pull away.
Of the 4 cars that have broken away into the lead, 3 of them are driven by NASCAR veterans. Only one, the car being driven by Al Unser Jr., currently leading the race, is driven by a non-NASCAR driver.
They're averaging 187.7 miles an hour. So at the moment, we have a new record here for the Iroc at the International Race of Champions of over 4 miles an hour faster than the previous record.
We talked at the top about rookies in this race, rookie drivers, but the cars themselves are the real rookies, all 12 of them. These Dodges have never been raced before, and yet right now they're giving us the fastest ever average speed in an Iroc race and performing very well.
They have good downforce. These cars were developed, as I mentioned earlier, in the Lockheed aircraft wind tunnel, Sam, in Marietta, Georgia. And what they did is at 180 miles an hour, they were able to reduce the drag on the cars enough to equate to 40 horsepower.
Rusty Wallace has the lead, but look here. Here comes Earnhardt with a little help from Al Unser Jr. once again. As Earnhardt goes back into the lead, Mark Martin closes up as well. This pack is being closed upon by the second group.
You know, one thing these 4 drivers in the lead are thinking about is making sure that they're clear of the second bunch, which is only a couple of 100 yards behind them. They want to make sure that as they make these maneuvers, they're not cutting each other off and losing speed.
That's right, Sam, because what would happen if they start making a pass like for every lap, they're just going to slow the entire group down. The second group will catch up, and then instead of having 4 cars to race with, there'll be 8 cars.
About the only way that you can tell these cars apart is by their color, unless, of course, you're one of the crew members. They root for their own special car.
Throughout the winter months, these crew members worked on the average 15 to 18 hours a day getting these cars ready. Now, most of them as well are short track racers in their own right, either mechanics or drivers. They have not come down off this wall. In fact, they're rooting for each of the individual cars that they worked so hard on this winter.
The second second group is, look at that, they're just about caught up. That means that they've already got the draft from the first group. The first group is going to have a race on their hands in just a minute.
And the extraordinary thing, Bobby, is that that second group has two rookies in it. Brundle, the Grand Prix champion in that mustard-colored car, and Schrader, the Trans Am champion in the dark blue car. So they, despite their inexperience, have been able to join the leaders.
Now you watch, they went down low, and they're just going to, they caught all the cars, so they're just going to get down low and try to truck on by. It's not likely that they can do it, though.
You know who showed them the way was the old fox, Mr. Waltrip. I imagine there was some hand signaling from his car to those drivers, and they just stuck with it.
Change at the front of the field. We look back from Darrell Waltrip's car as everybody dodging all over the course, and boy, it looked like Wallace got the back end loose coming off of the corner there.
Years ago, get back in racing, but also you can just see that the drivers are super drivers.
Darrell Waltrip leads. Earlier we asked him about racing the Iroc here at Talladega and what it takes to win.
The element of surprise, I think, is more important in an Iroc race than anything else. If you can think, particularly here at Talladega, you can think of something to do that would disrupt what everybody else is planning on doing, and then you might have a shot at just blowing them all in the weeds.
Well, Mark Martin is going to try that strategy now as he ducks down to the inside to see if he can find a hole. But if he gets caught down there and forced down there, he will fall backwards very quickly. Waltrip is still out in front.
It's a mind game. That's exactly what Darrell Waltrip said yesterday, and that's what it is. Waltrip, of course, leading, was named the most popular of the NASCAR drivers last year, and many people are rooting here for Dale Earnhardt, who was really robbed of the Daytona 500 earlier this year. Very knowledgeable crowd here in Alabama.
Looking back to Martin Brundle from Al Unser Jr.'s car. Brundle really holding his own with a spectacular run here, but a tremendous fight at the front of the field. International Race of Champions. 12 cars started, 6 of them have led, and 6 of them are all running right together, and they're all battling for the front. Looking for the white flag now, 1 lap to go, and it's still anybody's race. 6 different cars in contention. As they come to the line, it will be Earnhardt out in front. Or Waltrip out in front of Earnhardt, then Little Al. Brundle and Mark Martin battle back behind them. Now we're on the final lap. Earnhardt is chasing Darrell Waltrip. Little Al continues to watch from his position in 3rd place.
Martin just pushed that Brundle right out. I mean, that was just high super speedway experience. Just got up and pushed it right over.
Final pass down the backstretch as Earnhardt now comes inside Waltrip. Little Al gives him a little bit of help. They come past Waltrip.
Here they come, the final maneuvers. There's only 1 turn and a little bit left now. It looks like Waltrip has faded from the picture.
Earnhardt leads it, but will Little Al be able to drop out of the line and pick up? They come to the tri-oval. The start-finish line is a bit behind that. Earnhardt widens his car out as they come into the line. Earnhardt, followed by Al Unser Jr., and then Mark Martin. And there it is. Earnhardt takes the first International Race of Champions for 1990, and the Dodges proved to be terrific.
Best super speedway race we've ever seen in the Iroc series.
And the first win ever in Iroc for Dale Earnhardt.
One spectacular race.